Good afternoon. This is another video on the work that we've been doing with a American Soda King soda siphon that was designed by Normal Bel Geddes. We have now almost completed our work on this soda siphon, and we have produced a kit of replacement parts for the soda siphon, which allow it to be used once again. On the right we've got, this is one of the Normal Bel Geddes soda siphons in pretty good condition, and we've dismantled it. It looks to us as though it's silver plated inside, and we've taken all of the guts out of it, as you can see there. And what that consisted of was a seal, a rubber seal, a dip tube, painted aluminium with a rubber top, the piercing pin button, which basically forces, goes in there, as you can see right here, goes in there, and forces the carbon dioxide capsule down against a piercing pin that's located in the bottom of here and out through a little hole into the water. So that screws on there, and you put the carbon dioxide capsule in before you actually do up all the body. So it sits in there, cupped in there with the pointed end facing down, and goes on there. And then in this recess here, so we can point in there, down in there, there is a valve which is activated by basically this button, which sits within the cartridge piercing button, and that releases the soda water from within the body out through the nozzle, which is here. And beneath the nozzle you can see here, this is a safety feature, and that consists of a small painted brass cap, and in there originally, so there we have the painted brass cap, and that screws into that recess here, and under that is a Bakelite diaphragm, which is designed as a pressure release feature. So if it's over pressurized for whatever reason, that basically cracks or bursts and allows all the pressure to go out. Right, so what we've done is we've replaced those with, this has been replaced with a modern seal, slightly larger than the original one, as you can see, but basically it does the same job. And the reason why it's larger is so that the force of it being pushed against there doesn't stop it actually sealing, but it's otherwise it does the same job. So there we are. And then for the seal, which is at the bottom of the recess in here, which stops the pressure leaking out, we've now got a new seal, and that basically fits in there like that. I can see. Oops. And that allows, when you press the button, the push screw to go through and push down on the carbon dioxide capsule and puncture it. So we've managed to find some of those. Now what else is there? The seal for the push button on the soda control valve, we've had those remade, and they fit in the same position, which is in there. and the button goes through the centre of that. So that can all be recreated. The pressure relief diaphragm, we've had some of those made up in resin bonded paper, and those go with a little washer which goes under it to act as a pressure seal. So those are made in silicone, and we found actually that it's also a good idea to put a bit of silicone sealant around that washer, pressure relief washer, so that any tiny little weepy seals, which this seems somewhat prone to because the quality of the zinc die casting in there is not very good. It's quite rough and it doesn't seal very well, and it's pretty difficult to polish it up as well to get a decent finish on it. So that's basically the design of the Soda King. So we've done all of that, and we've had some seals made which basically fit inside there. You just force them in by hand into the recess where the original seal used to fit, and those work. And those have been fitted to this soda siphon here. So this is one that we've reconditioned, got it all working. All the seals have been replaced, and basically it's just come out of our fridge, which is why it's got all of this condensation, because it's a hot day here in Britain for once, a hot and humid day. So what I've got is an English beer glass, and let's dispense some water. So that's the larger one, is for the piercing cartridge, for piercing the cartridge, that forces the cartridge down, and the smaller one in the centre here, that is for dispensing water. So what we do, there we are. So perhaps you didn't see that. Produces water quite forcefully, and you can see that. That's producing quite good soda water. Now remember, you should be refrigerating your soda seltzer bottle or soda siphon to get the best results. So cheers to that. That's pretty reasonable soda water. And there's no leaks.